1, 2, 3, let's go.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy Hickens and Trevor Gear.
In a negative way necessarily, but we want our side to win. We want to be part of something, and I think that's the great attraction of particularly football and rugby and cricket, if you like, in this country, that people feel part of supporting their team. They want them to do well. They want the thrill of the chase and the thrill of success. So I think that's all part of the human condition, whereby we want to be part of something, and we would love to be on the winning side. We want to see the opponents defeated heavily, ideally, but not hopefully in a bloodthirsty way. We don't want to go back to that. Yeah. All that said, I mean, we know there are situations where I think they have dog fighting, probably under the radar, of course. Yeah. Where people go and pay to watch dogs fight. Of course, maybe one I've omitted as a gladiatorial thing is a boxing match. Yeah. You see a sort of a baying crowd filling these stadiums or places like the O2 in London, yeah, and elsewhere with a boxing ring. I've never quite understood why a boxing ring is called a ring, because it's square, isn't it? Well, that's a bit of an odd one. But yeah, people are, I won't say they're baying for blood, but actually, if you're cheering your man or woman, women do it as well now. Yeah. Cheering them on, you actually want them to pulverize the opponent. Presumably, that's what you go there for, to see one human pulverize and knock out another human. And sadly, over the years, we know that there's some fatal knockouts, things like that. Yeah. But yeah, so that's probably a nearest example I can think of to the gladiators, because boxing is a dangerous sport and it can have lethal consequences. But to answer your question, whether we're heading back to something that was all those years ago, I don't think so. I think it's always been there. And the interesting question I would pose is if there was such a thing as a fight to the death today, either in a boxing ring or in a stadium, how many spectators, how many people would go to that? And I don't know why, but I have an uncomfortable feeling that the place will be packed out. I'd like to think not, but that's a poor judgment perhaps on human beings today, that perhaps we would in some numbers go along to see that. I'd like to think you wouldn't, and I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But a lot of people would. A lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people would do that, perhaps out of the novelty of something, or I don't know. But hopefully we won't have to test that theory. But no. I think that's inside us, that sort of desire generally.
Yeah, I mean, another thing another sport that is close to that is kickboxing as well.
Yeah, of course.
Because, they use the fist, the legs, whatever. Yeah. And I think, well, what do people enjoy about that? I've never been able to get my head around it. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to watch a bit of wrestling. And I would put my hands up and say that at the time, I didn't know that it was made up. I didn't. I thought it was real. And there used to be another form of wrestling.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hickens. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deep Stuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deep Stuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz, the leader of our gang. Will make the show go with a bang, and fun the aim of everything Cuz does, and fun the aim of